Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Who Should You Choose, a video series where I go through all the prior videos, questions, and comments and help you with your hot lineup decisions. Again, guys, if you want your best shot at getting your question answered on the next video, just make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. Wow, I guess it's early for me, so I apologize. I'm a little off my game here, but yeah, I'm excited. I actually leave for Washington tomorrow as the Caps Gaming Showcase, the 6v6 competition with four of the best teams from North America, all going out to play there for, I believe, $24,000. But the Caps 1v1 event to get their qualifier for the NHL 23 World Championships will also be there, and it'll be my first time going to District E, the esports facility that I signed a 1-year contract with. And again, I'll have a video that'll go over, my vlog and my time there and everything that's going to mean. So again, I appreciate everything that you guys do in terms of watching and supporting my content. I wouldn't be able to get to do this stuff without you, and I really appreciate it. So all of the mushy stuff out of the way, let's get into some of the questions here. All right, as I have my coffee. Guys, if you are a coffee drinker, please go and check out King's Coast. The link is down below. I've been drinking it for 5 years now. It is the best coffee on the planet. But Kyler James says, what's up, Sleeves? Been loving the streams lately. Also, a late congrats on the incoming little one. Thank you, my man. With Team of the Season coming up quick, and none of these new MSPs cracking my top 6 or top 4, should I just make a bunch of 86 MSPs, or should I go with Johnny Toronto as a 3C? I think that's... honestly, if you're trying to min-max and you're trying to get the most out of your collection, yeah, you want to save everything for Team of the Season. These events always have good cards. I mean, they're 95 overall. It's very difficult to have a bad card at 95 overall. But yeah, they are trying to get you to use your stuff before Team of the Season comes out, which is kind of lame because I wish it would operate a little bit differently. We might get Team of the Season this Friday, and all of these cards that you've got now, while good, are going to be replaced by someone that's a little bit more powerful. Sebastian says, hey, Sleeves, it's Coconut from Twitch. Thanks for all the great content, and what's up, my man? Well, thanks for all the great content and videos that you make. I am free to play and have 100,000 coins. I'm stuck on who to go out and get and don't really know what I should prioritize. Which Team of the Season do you think I could get? I've been running Overload lately, but it's not been working, and Behind the Net is so cheesy, so I don't want to switch. I appreciate that. I think that was kind of a hot topic on Reddit for me this last week as I started just doing the behind the net stuff. I'm sick of being in high division 2 and doing hut champs and just not going for the moves that unfortunately are the best ways to score in this game. So I totally understand it. It is lame. Like, I don't think it's any fun other than just trying to win. And, I'm just super competitive, and, it's March now. So I don't blame anyone for going for the behind the net stuff now. If you need help defending it, I can make a video on it. I love going for tip shots still. It's still one of my favorite things. I think it's so satisfying to actually get an executed tip shot. But I can respect you for not wanting to do that. Should I get another goalie? I've tried 88 Hellebuck, but he's been awful with a sub 600 save percentage in 25 games. I can't wait for MLB to come out because this is such an awful game this year. I also pulled Icon Messier. Is he worth upgrading? My team is this. Okay, let's take a look at it. Okay, let's see. So he's got McKinnon, Team of the Year Matthews, McDavid, Barzal, Sagan, Kucherov, Teravainen, Krejci, Wright, and then Nelson, McCann, Bedard, Weber, Sanderson, Lindstrom, Hamilton, Byram, and Addison. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely go for an upgrade here, but in terms of a goaltender, look at the Boyko, Talon Boyko, I believe. He's massive, but he seems to be the one that everyone's going for right now. In terms of... Man, Kucherov, you need a left-handed winger. I would wait until Friday. If it isn't Team of the Season, then whatever. But Burakovsky or Mantha, I think would be really, really good on your team. Other than that, you just want to wait for Team of the Season. Victor says, hey, Slaves, I'm planning on saving high-end players for Team of the Season. How many do you think I should focus on? I am only planning on trading X Factor, McKinnon, and maybe Team of the Year McDavid. If he gets Unstoppable Force, so far I have 194, 185, 186, and 483s at the moment. Okay, well, I would definitely take untradeable rewards because you're going to need help. You're going to need far more than that. Team of the Season is very, very expensive. But yeah, if you have X Factor McKinnon, get him all the way up. That should reduce the cost by quite a bit. And then Team of the Year McDavid, it should be a 1-for-1 trade-in. So like if you trade in the Team of the Year version, you should be able to get the Team of the Season and the Team of the Year card back. Let's see. Yo, what up, Jordan, my man? What's going on, guys? A lot of notification gang here. Maze, let's hope for a banger week 2 of clutch MSPs. We did get some pretty decent ones, I think. So my question today is, would you change anything about how Unstoppable Force works? Unstoppable Force is the most broken ability of the game, in my opinion. We can add Truculence in this as well, but hitting bumps is overall in such a bad place, I would honestly love to see Truculence cost less. So my suggestion on overhaul the abilities would be similar to how Captaincy is. You can have 1 gold Unstoppable Force, for example, 2 silver, and that would be on every superstar and zone ability. Would this change anything in the meta, or would it take away the foundation of Ultimate Team with set restrictions? So, I really don't like giving my opinion on this anymore, because I think that, I think that it's always, gameplay is always subjective, meaning that if I enjoy it, other people might not. If other people enjoy it, I might not, right? You're never going to get everyone to agree that gameplay is the best ever. When it comes to Truculence and Unstoppable Force, the reason why they're so impactful is because, A, they're always on, right? I think that's a big thing. So, like, Shock and Awe, for example, that only activates when you toe drag and get a shot off, and it's like, so that's very, very tough to do and very situational. Whereas Unstoppable Force, whenever you have the puck, it's always on, meaning that, like, and because it helps with holding onto the puck, if you get someone that's big with it, the only way you're getting them off the puck is either like a perfectly timed poke check, or you smash them with Truculence, or you have someone that's very big that doesn't need Truculence. So if you were to remove one of them, you made Truculence cost less, because the issue is if you don't have Unstoppable Force and you're going up against someone that has a ton of Truculence players, it is not fun because they can just run around and crush you. And I think something that people don't realize is that Truculence doesn't just hit hard and have them lose the puck. Truculence also saps your energy and can injure players quite a bit. I think the energy thing is something that people don't pay attention to, because when you get someone out there and they're stuck out there, they could get all the way to 0 by getting hit with Truculence. And I don't know, man. I think this was bound to happen, and no matter what, you're going to get X factors that are very, very overpowered, no matter what they are. I think the one thing I would like to see is that in Rivals, go ahead and use whatever. But I would love to see in Champs, you can only use 1 player with Truculence, 1 player with Unstoppable Force, something like that. Make it where not every player can have, all these abilities on. Or a new mode where it's very restricted, again, because I kind of forget what it's like to play. If you go in and play Versus, for example, you notice the players have X Factor abilities, and I think that's how the game should be. I don't know. X Factors are here to stay, and a lot of people say that they might ruin the game. If you think of what the game was like before X Factors, there was even less customization. There was even less viable players to use, because the game does not have custom skating strides or custom shots, meaning that everyone plays exactly the same, except for how big they are, how fast they are, and how heavy they are. And when you take away abilities, obviously some cards will be overpowered, but if you give Adam Fox, for example, Truculence, that makes him very viable as a defenseman. If you take away Truculence, Adam Fox is one of the, not good. Like, he's a much worse defender. So I think this is just what we have, and, there's always going to be people that want to change things up, but Unstoppable Force and Truculence is really the only way to counter each other. What's up, Sleeves? Another banger video. Thank you, my man. Ryan says, "Hey, Sleeves, I'm looking to solidify my lineup at center and wingers that can hold on to the puck. I have thought about it with I have thought it would be with the heavier players. I tried George Laraque on wing, but he seems to lose the puck fairly easy, whereas someone like Bo Horvat is invincible. What exactly are the stats that make players hold on to the puck so well?" That is very odd. Well, George Laraque should hold on to the puck. So if you want to hold on to the puck, I don't know if you mean to avoid stick checks or if you mean hits, like getting bumped off the puck. Height and weight determine that, but so does balance as well as strength. They both kind of hold, and then puck control as well. The other thing would be Unstoppable Force. Look for players. If you're having a hard time and you want players to hold on to the pucks, have them have at least silver Unstoppable Force, and you'll really notice the ability to hold on to it there. Crazy that you don't like George Laraque, though. That's interesting. The other ones I would go here with, like, I would try out, very expensive, but like Anthony Manta's card has been phenomenal. He doesn't have any abilities because he's so big. He just holds on to the puck. Tyler says, forgot to ask last video, but I have an X Factor McDavid and Matthews, as well as a bunch of different MSPs you suggested over the last couple events. I started playing during the All-Star event and honestly don't have the skill time to win 11 games of champs. Who should I focus on putting my resources into? It would be the best strategy to keep my upgrading my team. I'm Division 4 Rivals players. First, I would keep trying to play Hut champs. You can only get better. That being said, X Factor, McDavid, and Matthews, if you can get them up to their highest tier, you're going to be... Actually, not Matthews, sorry. Matthews is not going to get Team of the Season. So McDavid, if you can get him to 95, you should be able to trade him in for his Team of the Season card in a little bit, and that would help you avoid having to pay the crazy cost to go from 95 to 99. And it's going to be a better card, more than likely. Outside of that, if you can't get 11 wins, then you definitely want to avoid all like upgradable cards, right? Like in terms of ones that use power-up collectibles, because power-up collectibles, if you can't win 11 games in Hut Champs, you're just getting less power-up collectibles, right? So event cards are probably where it's at. I would go with ones that have very good abilities because they have the most longevity. So like Jake Sanderson is one on defense because he has truculence. The Don Tavares will have quite a bit of longevity. If you don't have Holik, I still think Tavares would probably be the play. What up, Jonathan? All right. Thank you for the content. How many years have we been pleading to EA to bring back GM Connected? Did you ever play that mode, and would you like to see it come back? Keep up the good work. I played GM Connected in NHL 14, and I had a group of about 16 of us from my city in Niagara. People that we knew from high school and other high schools and friends of friends. And we were all really into it. And we used the app and all of that. I think... So the issue with GM Connected is that if you go back to NHL 14 and you actually played it, it was an awful mode in the sense that it was probably the most broken NHL mode we've ever had, in the sense that, like, if you went to go and sim your week, sometimes it would take 6 hours. Most of the times, the app would just crash. A lot of the times, it would revert transactions, and other times, it just wouldn't let you make transactions. Games wouldn't save, all of that. It was a great mode, but I think we could all agree that it was very broken. So for them to do it again, and I've been in meetings with them over the last 4 years, and GM Connected comes up all the time. And maybe I'll peel back the curtain a little bit here. It's a mode a lot like what Cross Console was. So NHL 23 is going to go down as the game as a burn year game. I think we can all agree on that. Cross Console needed to be added into NHL for future games because the player base is so small, and it's only getting worse because the game's been bad. But when you combine the player bases, there's enough of a player base to start doing other things. Cross Console itself is not this amazing thing. What it allows them to do is what makes it amazing. So hopefully, if once old gen is done being made, and I think they'll make it on old gen next year. But I think that once, let's say NHL 25, Cross Console's fully flushed out, it's only on new gen. I think we'll really start to see the benefits of it. Where the problem is that you saw what happens when they have to invest all of their resources into one big thing. So Cross Console is no easy feat. I think that if you go and look at other sports games in the industry, it took them, MLB is really the only one that has done it okay. Everyone else has just been lagging behind. So GM Connected, for them to bring it back, it would consume almost all of their resources for them to do it correctly. And I think the issue is that back in NHL 14 and when GM Connected was in the game, people didn't play it. If you go and look at the percentage of the player base, this is me talking to developers that were back there, like back then. No one really played it. The amount of dead leagues would that would start a league with like 5 people and then it would just be done in a week. I think that for the hardcore players, you could do a lot of cool stuff. Content creators, like selfishly, I could make an awesome league with my community, and it would be amazing, 100%. But you have to think that's an anomaly. That's the 1% of the 1%. So for them to put all the resources into one mode that a fraction of the player base would play, I just don't see it coming back until they can do it quickly. Or they have maybe new features with the design engine that they use. I would like it to be in the game, but we have had the same Hockey Ultimate Team cycle since NHL 20, meaning that we have squad battles, rivals, hut champs. If we go another year and there's still nothing to do in Hockey Ultimate Team, then we are simply just paying for this game for no innovation. And that's the stuff like I would much rather see something like that in Hockey Ultimate Team over GM Connected, because I think that if people say they would play GM Connected, but I don't know about you guys, as I get older, and a lot of the people that want GM Connected are older because, nostalgia, we remember it. But I don't know about you guys, but maybe it's once in a blue moon that I can get 4 or 5 buddies to all be around at the same time. And not that you need to be around at the same time, because GM Connected was like you had a week to play a game against somebody. But still, trying to line that up, it's like it'd be very difficult. Ben says, do you think it's worth it to do team builders anymore? I've been using all my low overall golds for power-up collectibles because it just feels like it's too little too late at this point. So it depends on how much you play. Been watching No Money Spent. I was in this boat too, but then I kind of didn't realize how many golds you get every week if you play the game regularly. So if you play Rivals and you play Champs, and you play the game a bunch, you are getting so many untradeable gold cards. And the issue is with trading the 74 to 82 overall gold NHL players in, when you do it for event collectibles or power collectibles, like the value is very low for those. So where you're getting the most value is by team builders. So I'll give you an example. Let me pull up my calculator real quick here because I can't remember off the top of my head. So it's what, 40? Let's do 74 to 79 overall cards. Okay, so let's say the gold NHLers. All right, it's 4. Actually, no, we'll do a better one. We'll do the 80 and above that you cost 25 of them. All right, they're worth at least 1,200 coins. So 1,200 times 25, that's 30,000 coins, right? Now, power collectibles are going for about 30K, but you could take those that, like, there isn't a lot of cards that require power collectibles now. Like, unless you're still upgrading X Factors or icons, then yes, I guess. But I would rather take those coins and that value and put it into the team builders, because slowly but surely you'll get close. And once you get towards like 17 or 18 for every team, spending the rest of the money, your coins, to get them over there. Team builders, they make where they're the most powerful cards in the game for quite some time. Meaning that Yager, you can not upgrade Yager and go for the next one, and he is going to be one of the best cards in the game because of the abilities they give him and the size and all of that. Same with Bookaboom. So I do think that team builders are okay to go for still. It's going to take a while if you're no money spent, but I'm doing it on mine. It all depends on how much you play, my man. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you again for watching. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for your best chance to get your question answered in the next video. I'll see you guys next time.